All right, back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing yet another beer from the Fidens Brewing Company, and they are out of Colonie, New York, and this is their necessary means for a necessary means. So they're calling this one a double IPA that is brewed with Mosaic and Citra hops, comes in at 8.4% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed time of review. This can is approximately 3.5 weeks old. I'm going to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and fellow BeerTuber Kyle over at No Hype Beer Reviews for hooking me up with this one. In the description box, I'll post a link to not only Kyle's channel, but the beer mail boxing video I did that contains all the Fidens goodies that Kyle sent my way, and I really do appreciate Kyle. So go over there, check out Kyle's channel if you're not already subscribed. Great guy, fantastic content, and he gets his hands on some amazing beers. Case in point, he hooked me up with 4 different Fidens beers. I don't know exactly how I'll post them in order, but I'm pretty sure this will be the last one I post because this is the last one that I'm reviewing. And so far, so good. Fidens has really come to play. I've enjoyed everything. I think my favorite is a tie between the Jasper with Nelson and Jasper, depending on my mood. So I'm really excited about this one. This is the 8.4. I think Eugene's Axe was 8, or was it 8.5? But Citra and Mosaic, or Mosaic and Citra, I think they have it listed as Mosaic and Citra. It doesn't matter. This sounds like it might be my favorite, but I don't know. We'll see. So my first impression of properly reviewing and drinking Fidens, yeah, the hype is justified to some degree. I don't think they've all been like super crazy amazing, but they've been really fucking good. And the surprise for me is how good the mouthfeels have been from them. Very Treehouse-esque for me, just fucking fantastic mouthfeels. So I think this is pouring out very similar to the rest. It has like a darker kind of look to it. It almost looks like turkey gravy in the glass, right? So that's kind of what this one looks like. It looks really, honestly, it looks like oxidized, if we're going to be honest. It has like this really dulled out, like turkey gravy look to it. It has about a 2-finger of the straight up tan colored head, super tight compacted bubbles. Yeah, that looks crazy. That head looks fantastic. Looks super creamy. And yeah, so I think this is the darkest of the 3. And, Kyle got them super fresh. He kept them in his fridge. He sent them to me. I put them in my fridge. So hopefully if it's oxidized, it's not on us, I should say. Anyway, let's get a nose. Ooh, that smells really nice. Oh my God, what the fuck? Oh, dude, that smells awesome. So I thought Jasper had the best nose. This has surpassed it. It's been a long, long time for me since I got straight up sweet candied blueberry from Mosaic. When it comes to Mosaic, a lot of people will get blueberry. I have always been in the crowd of people who get berry from Mosaic, but it's typically like nondescript red berries. You could say raspberry, strawberry, whatever the case may be, right? I very rarely get blueberry. Sometimes I do, but without question, there's blueberry in here for me. And it's like a sweet candied blueberry. It's like the most over-ripened blueberry you could possibly imagine. It has that kind of sweetness. Then I'm getting a little bit of like this malt sensation that's almost vanilla-esque. I got it in another one of the beers. Is there lactose in here? A lot of breweries don't have, breweries don't have to put lactose on their cans. There's a lot of breweries who use lactose and don't say so. Would I be surprised if there's lactose in here? No. Do I think there is? Maybe. Probably not though. Then underneath that, I get a lot of like peach and orange. The peach is really big, and it's peach gummy rings. This has a sweeter nose to it than I anticipated. Man. There's this really nice herbaceous, like floral tone to it as well. That is, it's the 4th or 5th kind of note I'm getting, but it's definitely noticeable. Man, that fucking that candy blueberry is weird to me because it's just, I haven't had it this strong in a beer in a long time. It smells fucking, I just want to keep on going back to smell it because it smells awesome. It's like a sweet confectionery blueberry. Like, my fucking palate's broken. Well, it's not. It's my nose. My sniffer might be broken. I don't know. I want to get into this one because this smells amazing. Cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Kyle. This might be my favorite of the bunch. Let me go back in. I'm starting to get a very reminiscent character to this brewery over here. Oh no, did I take them down? I think I took them down. I was just going to say this brewery over here. I used to have Equilibrium up there. And there's two breweries to me that had a very distinct kind of like taste, almost like this, just like this acidic kind of orange feel. And I always felt it was from the water profile. And it was Equilibrium and Old Nation. I'm kind of getting that here. And the mouthfeel is crazy. So I don't know if like it's a water profile from what Fidens does, but I'm getting those type of vibes. Body in this one's like higher side of medium. It's big. A lot of their beers look thick, and they definitely drink like it on the palate, especially this, and I believe Jasper. I will say the mouthfeel to this isn't as good as the other three. I thought it was going to be spectacular. It is very soft and smooth, but it doesn't have that creaminess that the rest have. Those, again, very reminiscent of Treehouse. This, not as much, but still a really nice mouthfeel. The taste, there's an underlying candied blueberry. It's like underneath my tongue, and it's omnipresent. But it's not as big as it was in the nose. It's more of, like I said, an underlying character. Right at the forefront, tons of orange, tangerine, peach. And it's sweet, but it's reserved. And I'm almost getting like an acidic kind of feel to it. Like I said, that's where I kind of feel like maybe the water profile, maybe the yeast, something like that. So that peach, orange, like tangerine, first half of the palate. Second half of the palate is where that earthy, dank, almost floral-esque type of hop character hits. It carries on to the back of the palate. This finishes semi-dry with a mild to moderate bitterness. And the dryness might be a little bit over semi-dry. This might be the most balanced of all of them because you get all that sweetness up front, then you get that a little bit over semi-dry finish with a little kick of bitterness on the back of the palate. Really nice. Almost feels with it almost finishes with like a slight acidic kick too on the back of the palate. I can tell this is a bigger beer because of the body itself, but no alcohol on the palate, nothing into the chest, into the stomach. Hides the alcohol extremely well, 8.4%. Super easy to drink. It's beautiful beer. It's a well-made, well-constructed beer. Now, let's just talk about the Fidens side for a second. Like I said, I'm really happy that Kyle was able to give me and send me 4 beers from them, and 3 of them are like regular rotating offerings. And trying them all out, I get where the hype comes from because this is a relatively new brewery over the past year and a half, and they've been getting a lot of pub, a lot of hype. And is it well justified? I think drinking these 4 beers, yes. In this day and age, it's hard to kind of get that kind of hype from just being a hazy producer, mostly. And I think every beer I've had from them has been well constructed, extremely well made. Most of them have been really balanced, but none of them have blew my socks off at all. This will be probably the highest rated one I give to Fidens, but none of them are gonna go over a 4.5. But none of them got under a 4.25. So I just think they make a really fucking good hazies. That's what it comes down to. Like, they're very consistent. Of the 4 I've had, like, super consistent in the same wheelhouse. And I feel it's one of those breweries where if you like the profile of the beers they make, then you're going to like them. And if you're not, you're not. I mean, there's not going to be much variation, right? So I just think this is a really well-made beer. For a double IPA, that's 8.4% with Citra and Mosaic. I think they've done an excellent job. So necessary means for necessary means, I'm going to give that a solid 4.5 out of 5. I think this is going to be the highest. I think this is my favorite. I think it's the highest ABV. Maybe Eugene's Access 8.5, but I think that was 8. So this is, I think, the highest ABV of the bunch, and I think it gets the highest rating. Not like that ABV equates to quality, but for me, this is definitely the most, I won't say vibrant, but just, again, best in terms of balance for me and drinkability. And I would totally be able to drink a couple cans of this and not get sick of it. Now, getting my hands on a couple cans of it, kind of hard. So yeah, not much more to say about it. 4.5 out of 5 necessary means for necessary means. Price and availability. Price point on this, I believe, is $5.50 a can at the brewery, which takes me to the availability. Brewery only. Got to wait in line with your car. So you can't really get your hands on them all that easy. But if you're a hazy lover and you're into the trading game, then you've probably already had this one. But if not, I highly recommend trying to get your hands on some Fidens. I think it's, again, they're very well-made beers. For me personally, though, and this does not diminish how much I appreciate Kyle sending this to me, I am someone that it's very hard nowadays for me to get super excited about hazy beers because there's so many good ones out there. There's a lot of bad ones, don't get me wrong, and a lot of mediocre ones, but there's so much good hazy beer out there that getting excited over is just not something I do. I was, don't get me wrong, I was pumped to try these, and I'm really happy I did, but I'm not going to lose my shit over beers. I don't lose my shit over beers anyway anymore, but at the end of the day, like, if I didn't try these, would I be disappointed? Sure. Could I live? I'd be all right. But again, a huge thanks to Kyle for these beers. Hopefully down the line I can get my hands on some more to try them out. Maybe get some of their like one-offs or maybe rare releases just to see how those are. But really good. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Now I can go back and look at all of the reviews that Kyle did for these beers, just see what he thought about them. Like I said, I was hoping, I'd say for to get this into a crazy rating for me, like a 4.75, if that candied blueberry would have translated into the taste, like instead of being like an underlying character, it probably would have been a 4.75 because it's rare for that to happen, and I love fucking candied blueberry. So again, appreciate Kyle hooking me up with this one and all the beers. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.